What is going on, Reed Nation? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're gonna be talking about Mr. Brock Lesnar. Brock, Bitty Brock, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. So before we get into this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 30,000 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Now, before we talk about Brock Lesnar, I just want to say thank you guys for the amount of love and support from the last video. Like, you don't understand. I haven't got that amount of views in a very long time. I would say 2017, since 2017. Like 2017 was my prime year, and that's when I was like 17. So I had so much time to do so many videos. I had so much to just talk about. And as you get older, you know what happens. Life hits. You gotta get a job. You gotta do this and do that. So, you know, my YouTube career kind of went down because I was so busy trying to provide myself another life, you know, so forth. I know you guys don't really care, but anyways, I thank you guys so much for that reaction. It got 18,000 views and it's counting. Like, it's going up. So it's like, I think it's like 18.1. But I just appreciate that, man. And originally it got taken down by WWE, and I was like, bro. So WWE took down maybe like a couple of videos, and I was like, oh my gosh. And when they took it down, it was because they thought it was another SummerSlam. They thought it was SummerSlam 1988. I was like, first of all, why would I be reacting to SummerSlam 1988? Just crazy. But anyway, I got it back up. I was like, thank you. But anyways, we'll be talking about Mr. Brock Lesnar, and now that the Beast Incarnate's back, what are they gonna do with him? What is next for Brock Lesnar? And it's just crazy to me to think that Brock Lesnar is back in WWE, but people saw my reaction. That was literally what it was, because I personally did not think Brock Lesnar was coming back. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff that was going on with him, I was like sitting there thinking in my head, like, WWE might not ever bring this dude back. Like, it just felt like he was never gonna come back, and then like the fact that he came back was crazy. My opinion on that is, if it works for the company and it works for a storyline, then let it happen. I don't really know too much about what's going on, like closed doors. I just know that it was something that was going on between him and Vince, John Laurinaitis, you know, and I'm assuming that because he's back, you know, he wasn't proven guilty, or the case, maybe, I don't know anything about the case. You know what I'm saying? I am just a pure wrestling fan, and it's none of my business. You know what I mean? A lot of people are just dragging this thing. They're like trying to cancel Brock. You know, somebody said on Twitter, if I catch you in a Brock Lesnar shirt, I'm spitting in your face. Wild. I might just go get one. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But no, it's seriously it's very crazy to see how fans react to Brock Lesnar being back. Like, I personally just was like, bro. And when you watch SummerSlam, the reaction was so positive. In my mind, I was like, maybe they just don't care about the stuff that happened. Which, you know, sometimes you gotta, you know, separate the wrestler from personal life situation. But at the same time, there was a woman involved, etc., etc., and, you know, always justice for the woman that is involved. And, you know, I know a lot of that was true, because think about it. John Laurinaitis was married to Nikki and Bree's mom, and after that stuff happened, she got a divorce. Don't know if that's because of that. It could have been something else. But just seeing that, I'm like, John probably was guilty. But man, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it. It's none of my business. It's literally none of my business. Whatever happened. You know what I mean? I like Brock Lesnar, the wrestler, but man, seeing him back was just so shocking. Him to go after John Cena, which we haven't seen since 2016. If you remember Suplex City, that's what happened. That's how it started, when he fought John Cena and he gave him 16 suplexes. Still don't know till this day how John Cena even took 16 suplexes. Like, after like the third one, I'm like, hey bro, I can't move. I think I'm paralyzed. You know what I mean? So it still fathoms me that Brock is back. And when I watched SmackDown last night, in my mind, I was like, Brock might just come out and attack him. I didn't expect to be Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, you know, and then we got that Clash of whatever the pay-per-view is, Clash or something, Clash of the Jobbers, right? I don't know, but they you know, that John's doing the thing with Logan Paul. But it makes me wonder, is after Logan Paul, is John's next opponent Brock Lesnar? How many dates does John have left after this? Maybe 10 dates, because he leaves in what, December? So he doesn't have many dates left. In the comments, somebody said, I hope Brock John's final opponent is Brock Lesnar. From what I hear, John wants his final opponent to be a young talent, a young, wrestler, somebody he can put over. John doesn't need to, put over Brock. If Brock and John do have a match, in storyline wise, it makes sense for Brock to win because he just came back. But in hindsight, you have a babyface like John that's super, super over and should have never been heel. It makes sense for him to win, but for WWE TKO reasons and just the fact that Brock is back, have him win. I don't know what type of match they're going to have if they do face each other, because if you remember, first match that Brock had when he came back was against John. John beat him. Then the last match that they had in 2016, Brock beat him. So is they going to do like a thing where John might beat him or Brock's going to beat him again? I don't know. It comes to my mind when I didn't see Brock Lesnar on SmackDown yesterday. I'm like, was bringing him back just a shock factor, or was it like you're bringing him back to really like do something with him? And who will he do something? Who will he face? Is it just going to be John, or is it going to be more people? Now you can't put him with Gunther because they're saying Gunther's out indefinitely, which he's not. If I'm being completely honest, like he's not injured. I don't think he is, for storyline reasons, because we know he cut himself. You know how that stuff goes. When I'm watching like WWE Unreal, and then I'm seeing that John didn't really ask for Brock to come back. It was a Triple H idea, and Triple H saying John asked him to come back. It's like, what's the real truth? And then I'm sitting there watching like WWE Unreal, and I'm just like, I personally do not think John asked for Brock to come back. I don't. I think it was an ultimate decision because John's a babyface now. Who's John gonna go against? And he's already lost to Cody. He's not fighting Cody again for the title. That's done. So what's gonna really truly happen in order for Brock come back? And I think it was just the fact that since John's a babyface now, we can pull the trigger and bring Brock back. And Brock coming back might be like a thing where it could work, but at the same time could make the fans turn again. I don't know. From seeing on Twitter, like I said, like seeing people really like downplay this and really say stuff about Brock is so crazy to me. Like, and I'm just like, yo, this is wild. And I was watching a video. I don't know who it was. It might have been Joe Cronin. Shouts out to Joe Cronin, or it could have been the Great One. Or it could have been, I don't know who it was. It was either In the Clutch, the Great One, or it was Joe Cronin. One of them said that what might have happened in that situation with him and Vince is that Vince was trying to pull him in the situation where to have sexual intercourse with that woman, and Brock made a pull back and was like, I'm not gonna do this, because he was stable. So I don't know if that's true or not. Like I said, that stuff is none of my business. I don't stir pots, you know what I mean? I barely read dirt sheets. That's why I didn't even know Brock was coming. Like, literally, certain returns that I've seen happen, like, it threw me off. I'm like, whoa, what? Like, Seth cashing in, I didn't expect that because I truly thought he was hurt. I thought he was hurt. They got me. They got me. And as a fan, it's like, they really got me because I'm a big Seth Rollins supporter, and like I really like watching him. Like, if you guys know, I love Seth Rollins. And so when I seen that match, I was like, nah, the dog looked hurt. Like the way he fell, and I knew that was his bad knee too. So I'm like, man, he's out. And I was like so worried what they was gonna do, but like they really pulled a rib on me. I was like, and then when you see my reaction, I'm like, when he came out, I was like, nah, I don't think he hurt for real, because they wouldn't do that for him to just like, you know what I mean? But he's got me with so many different like turns. Like, sorry, that's my washer. They've got me with turns, edge, all that. Like I said, I like to, as a fan, I like to be surprised about stuff. I like to not read the dirt sheets. Like I just like to stay away from that, because it takes away from the factor of loving things like that. So I didn't even know Brock was going to be there. But then when I was watching a podcast that Paul Heyman was on, he did say that the agreement was like signed maybe a week or two before it happened. And like I don't know what they're going to do with Brock. If they do that match with John Cena at the next pay-per-view, not the Clash one, what's it? It's Clash in Paris, I think. If they not Clash in Paris, but the next pay-per-view, I don't know. I think it's Bad Blood or whatever. If they do that match, I would like to see Brock and John maybe in a Hell in a Cell. I don't know if it's gonna be a good match because for like John and Cody, Cody's able to carry John into a great match. Like that SummerSlam match they have. Brock, on the other hand, Brock and John's not in his prime. Brock, I don't know if Brock can carry John. I don't know how that's gonna go, and I'm scared that match isn't gonna be great. It's just gonna be like spot fest, suplex, attitude adjustment, like like how Brock had a match with Goldberg. I just feel like it's gonna be like that. I don't know. How do you guys feel about Brock being back? Because I just hope it's for the right reasons, and I hope that they use him correctly. There's been times where wrestlers come back and they don't use them correctly. Like, for example, I love Edge. But after that Judgment Day stuff, it kind of went downhill for him. You know what I mean? Like, he beat Finn Balor at that Hell in a Cell match that he wasn't really supposed to win. If you be honest, like, you know what I mean? Like, certain stuff like that, TKO need to figure out what they doing. I want to, if they're going to bring Brock back for something, just bring him back to do some crazy matches. Like, I do want to see Gunther versus Brock Lesnar in the future. Maybe we can get that down the line at a WrestleMania or something. I definitely want to see that. But let me know down below how you feel about Brock Lesnar coming back. Obviously, you guys loved it from my reaction. You guys were like, Brock's back. Oh my gosh. So just let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video post. Nation Row. Deuces. One love. Peace. Catch you guys later. Stay subscribed. Stay blessed. See ya.
I'ma talk my shit, gotta pop like this. Move your hands to that bitch, she gotta rock like Mick, but I'ma jagger her shit.